Good morning, Silver Nation. I hope all are well out there today. Here in Philadelphia, we are experiencing the cold November rain this Saturday morning. Thank you for joining me on today's video. I would like to do a little channel housekeeping, show off the latest LCS pickups, and hopefully get a little help with a question that I'm pondering: what to do with my silver and what is the end goal. I'm currently concentrating on two parables. One comes from old scripture, the parable of the talents. The other one is the parable of the man and his gold from the richest man in Babylon. And without further ado, silver is currently at $49.94, and I couldn't be more optimistic about it. The last time, 2 times we hit 50, we shot up like weeds and withered in the sun. And this third time, hey, maybe third time's a charm. So yes, I'm encouraged with the price of silver. If you told me in the summer at this time that silver would be at $50, I would be ecstatic. Now, other markets, I also am in the crypto, and that is currently crashing. So that's why it's nice to be diversified. While the crypto is crashing, I get to enjoy my silver. So silver is currently going like sideways, kind of finding like a little trading channel there, and that is an encouraging sign, because the more time we spend at this level, it looks like we're not just sprouting up like a weed, that we're actually forming some roots in order to go higher. So just a little, before I get into the LCS pickups, just a little channel update. I've changed my profile pic and channel name. I used to go as Tizzy Bear and Silver Journey 1. I am now currently the Philly Stacker. Now for the LCS pickups. This week's haul, I had a budget of $200. And let's see what $200 gets you nowadays. So as you know, I'm going through a mid-stack crisis, and I'll talk a little bit about that later. But I'm treating this as a new stack, and every stack needs a little bit of gold. So I picked up a little bit of gold this week. This plastic. I like this little assay card. This is IGR, trades on the trusted gold. So I got this for 140. You gold bugs, let me know if that's a decent price nowadays for a gram of gold. I also picked up 2 more half-ounce Perth Mint lunar coins. The Year of the Horse. I really love just the quality that goes into these Perth Mint coins. I really get a lot of enjoyment with them. Also got the Year of the Monkey, like the detail on the fur, and so everything goes into it. So I was able to pick both these up for $27 a piece. So that would be $54 for the ounce. And I had a little bit of change, so I picked up a few grams, $2 each. The Liberty Bell. I was happy to get the 1 gram Buffalo. You know, it's amazing to print something so small and detailed. I appreciate like all the work, time, energy that goes into it, and see why some of this stuff gets a little bit of a premium. Also got the soccer ball. I thought that was cool as a 1 gram piece. And we got the Liberty Bell. So that was this week's pickups. Let me just show you what I face sourcing silver. So my local coin store has a YouTube channel, or not a YouTube channel, but he has a eBay store, and so I'm always on at night checking out the eBay store, and it's kind of like silver porn in a way. So he had these two listed. This was listed at 32. This was listed at 29. So what I've been doing is going into the store and picking them up. I get since he has to pay eBay around like 14%, so I get the 14% discount, and that's how I've been able to source some premium silver at a good price. If I didn't have that opportunity, I'd be taking the advantage of stacking some constitutional. There's a lot of fear around constitutional right now. People are selling. They don't want it. They want something more liquid, and some people are in different circumstances. So if I didn't have this opportunity to get premium silver, I would definitely be taking advantage of buying the fear and picking up a good deal on some junk silver, some constitutional. But unfortunately, for me, this is like what I'm looking at. These are next up on the list at my local coin store. With the discount, I'm looking around $54 for these, $55. So if silver, jumps up to like $52, $54, these are my, and he has a bunch of these listings, but this is the environment I'm in. These are the choices I have to deal with. So also we have a new addition to the stack. I was expecting a smaller, pinker mouse that I was going to name Pinky, but I got this instead, and I think his new name is going to be Red. I also ordered another one online, the brown one, because the mouse ponchos are hot right now. If you know, you know. Getting jealous of the many stackers out there, the Kansas Kid, Thousandaire Radio, the Fish. Stack Daddy put me over the edge. I saw him filling up his mouse poucho with Merc dimes, and that gave me the idea of something I'd want to do. So I ordered 2. I received 1. The other one's coming late. It's the brown one, the bigger one. And I think I'm going to name him Slowpoke Rodriguez. He's slow in getting here. And I stack slow, so I think that's a fitting name. So I was a little jealous of everyone's mouse pouches, and Had to go out and get one myself. Got a little cheddar for him so he doesn't starve. I wanted to get the smaller one because I'm not going to be stacking that much. My budget doesn't allow me to stack that much gold. I get it when I have the opportunity. So if you've been following me, you know I've been going through a mid-stack crisis. What to do with my silver. I'm an investor first, silver stacker second, and at this point I thought I might be selling. But there's nothing else in the market that I would want to put my money into right now, and I made the decision to keep on stacking, and so I'm treating this as a little mind game, like I'm starting over. And so this is my $50, silver at $50 stack. I'm having fun acting like this is what would I do at my first 1,000 if I just started stacking. And so I feel like I'm starting over. So this time around, I've been keeping more of a detailed inventory and how much I've been paying for silver. So previously, I had 13 ounces of silver. It cost me $663. And with today's new additions, spending $200, I like to get my change in grams or fractional silver. So I'm up to 863 currently today, and that brings me to 14 ounces, 3 grams of silver, and 1 gram of gold. So that's where we're at. And that also brings me to the question that I've been pondering. And I'm trying to take the two parables, the parable of the talents and the parable of the man and his gold, and extract the wisdom from those parables and try to apply it to my life. As an investor, I was beginning to start stack silver at $22. It's now up to $50. The plan was to take out my initial capital, and then reinvest that, and then the silver that was left over, that would be a nice little silver tree left behind to grow and be a part of the deep stack retirement fund. And so that was the initial plan. And as I stack silver, I've come to love it. Someone told me I have Gollum vibes, and that is 100% correct. That's one of the struggles that I'm dealing with right now and pondering. In the parable of the talents in the old scripture, the master went away and he left 3 of his servants a different amount of, I would assume, silver talents and or gold talents, but he left them different amounts of money, and he told them to put it to work and that he would be back. And when he came back, 2 of the servants took what they were given and invested it and multiplied it. The 3rd servant took what he was given and he buried it for safekeeping. And when the master returned, we find out that the master is upset with the servant who buried and hid his talents. The parable of the man and his gold from the richest man in Babylon. Just to summarize it kind of quick, there was a man and he would go out and he buried, out of fear, he buried. The parable of the man who buried his gold. It appears in chapter 7 of The Richest Man in Babylon, titled The Walls of Babylon. But the actual parable is told a few pages later in the same chapter. Once there was a man who had saved a small fortune in gold. He lived in constant fear that robbers would break into his house and steal it. To protect his treasure, he dug a deep hole behind his home, buried the gold there at night, and covered it with a heavy stone. Every evening he would slip out quietly to make sure the gold was still safe. A thief noticed this strange nightly habit. One night, after the man had left, the thief dug up the hole, took all the gold, and filled the hole with dirt again. The next evening, the owner came as usual, lifted the stone, and found nothing but empty earth. He wept and cried out in despair. A neighbor heard him and asked what was wrong. The man explained everything. The neighbor laughed and said, "My friend, go tonight and bury a heavy stone in that hole, then cover it as before. From now on, treat that stone exactly as you treated your gold. It will serve you just as well, for the gold you buried did you no good while it lay in the ground. It earned no income, it grew not, and it protected you not. Your stone will do the same." So what I'm getting out of this is unused wealth equals negative wealth. You have missed opportunities to invest. We get old, die, and our stack is passed on to others. We don't actually get to enjoy it in our lifetime. Wealth that is not free to work and multiply is already lost. The only question is whether you lose it to a thief or to time itself. So I guess the question that I'm pondering now is, is it better to hoard and hide my silver or invest and circulate? So this is why I'm having a midstack crisis. These parables are telling me that I should put my silver to work to gain wealth. Part of me wants to hoard it. So what I'm doing is I'm splitting my stack, what I accumulated under $40, which is around 115 ounces, using that as the foundation, the safety net of my building wealth. And going forward, I'm going to take the silver that I'm accumulating now and put it to work. I don't see any opportunities out there in the market that I really want to get into, but I want to be prepared in the future for when an opportunity does present itself, that I can take advantage of it, cash in the silver, invest into something else that could bring more gains, and then just keep the my first stack as the foundation, deep stack, retirement. I'm not going to use these exact ounces. I'll replace them with other silver, and that brings me to a dilemma too. In my environment where I'm at, I can get silver eagles for $3 above spot. So when these opportunities dry up to get premium silver at that price, I'm going to concentrate more on stacking just your, regular eagles. So looking to a point where I do go to sell, I just have, I get to just sell tubes of eagles. So I'm just going to continue to accumulate, to protect my money, accumulate wealth using silver as the vehicle, and prepare to invest it further. The Alchemist kind of touches on this point that, don't get comfortable where you're at. If you're going to become a legend, that, you have to sacrifice and sometimes let go of that fear and chase your dreams. And that's what I'm attempting to do here. I am by no means a financial advisor. I am the warning, not the example. I'm a degenerate attempting to turn my life around. I've repented and was on the wrong path, and on the path now to financial literacy And what I'm attempting to do in this channel is just to encourage the smaller stackers, investors, people who may just be getting started. I'm only one step ahead, and I'm just sharing the knowledge that I accumulate along my journey. I hope people get something out of it. I want to document this. Maybe someone in my family could benefit out of this, years from now. So I wanted to, it's better than a journal. I also am learning about time, energy, and investing. Instead of consuming social media, I am now creating social media, getting a better use of my time, learning some new skills, everything. So that's the attempts I have with my channel moving forward. Well, this has been long enough. Coming to you from the basement studios. The Philly Stacker is out of here. Check you out later.